Hello, it's Jane Mark here from So Cool Submit, and my partner Phil is sitting by my side. I'd like to welcome you all to our first webinar on our new site, So Cool Submit, which you probably all know by now I am absolutely in love with. You may notice that I have a little bit of a cold today, so please bear with me. Phil's going to take over soon, so you don't have to listen to not only my New York accent, but my accent with a cold, which is worse. So, okay, let's get started. First of all, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Jane Mark. I'm the president of So Cool Inc., and my partner Phil Baston is with us tonight. He's going to do the majority of this webinar. I'm just going to get us started. What we're going to do today is I'm going to walk you through the members area just very quickly so everybody knows where everything is. Then I'm going to show you how the main submitter, So Cool Submit, works. And then Phil's going to talk to you more about the other submitters and give you a lot of tips on what makes good submissions. I mean, you may have seen my promos for this. I'm fond of saying not all submitters are created equal, and you're going to see why. But it's not just the submitters. It's also what you submit to them. So let's get started. Let's log in. This is where you log in. I'm going to log into one of my accounts here. I think this is my So Cool account. Yep. Okay. So let's go first into the members area. This is a very, very simple members area. First of all, everybody, even if you're a free member, you have an affiliate link. Your membership level is listed here. We have four membership levels. One is free, and free members can promote the site. You can't use the submitters, but you can promote the site, earn some money, upgrade, and then you can use the submitters. And everything that's on here is really all about submitters. This is the main submitter, which I'm going to do a live demo for you in a minute, where it says post message. Excuse me. That's our main submitter. And even before I show you that, I just want you to notice that what our main submitter does, because some of you have been getting some questions from you in support. Some of you are not clear about when it says log in to So Cool or Yakamore. Now you don't have to log into Yakamore, but what our main submitter does is it lets you post a message to every single person who is a member of So Cool and Yakamore. So that's over 105,000 people. Some of you are confused because let's say you're a So Cool member right now, and let's say you have 1,000 trackers at So Cool or followers. You can post to all of your followers, 1,000 of them, but you have no way other than So Cool Submit to reach every single member of both So Cool and Yakamore. Now, we've combined So Cool with Yakamore, so when you log in to make a post, which I'll do in just a few minutes, you only have to log in using your So Cool details. But I want to make sure people are not confused. Having a So Cool account that you can post on is not the same as being able to submit to all of the members of So Cool and Yakamore. Okay, so let's continue our member area thing. We have a search engine submitter, which Phil is going to go over. We have a classified submitter, and we have a directory submitter. The reason we have something here called mystery submit is that we are working on a very, very interesting site that has to do with our site Cool Search. So maybe for those people who don't know Cool Search, just pop the URL in for Cool Search. But we have a site which is a search engine, and we are developing a very interesting site around Cool Search. And you will see that, I would say, in about 2 weeks, we'll have that ready. Those of you who are annual or lifetime members of So Cool Submit are going to get free entrance and a free upgrade. Everyone can join this new site coming up free, but there are upgrades to it, and depending on your membership level, you're going to get a lot of very interesting um, applications at our new site. Okay, so that's why we have something that says mystery submit. It's not there yet. Other submitters, anyone can use this, whether you're free, monthly, annual, or lifetime. This is just other submitter programs. Most of them are ours, not all of them, where if you're a member, you can put your affiliate URL in here, your affiliate ID. And that way, when you market So Cool Submit, you're also marketing One Click and another program that I happen to like called Instant Cash Plugin, Cool Search, which we just mentioned, So Cool, and Traffic Geyser, and Yakimor, of course. So this is just where you can get some extra income, that you can change your IDs and you're promoting these sites at the same time. Okay. Posting done for you. You may not have seen this because we just added it yesterday. We do a lot of posting for businesses and for individuals. And this is a service. This is not a free service. You can order it. But what we just added to this service is that we will take your post, that if you order this service, and we will post it for you on So Cool Submit. So this is you should, when you get a chance, we're not here to talk about this tonight, but we post all over the place for you, and it's a very interesting service. Now, can I get back to the members area? I hope so. Yes. Okay. Your profile, that's obvious. That's where you fill in your PayPal and AlertPay and your information, your downline commissions. Promotion tools will give you something, some ideas how to advertise So Cool Submit. Marketing resources are just some resources that we use. Now, bonuses. These are worth their weight in gold, as many of you know. If you are an upgraded member, any upgraded member, monthly member, annual, or lifetime, you can collect very nice bonuses, and you should review them if you are an upgraded member. I don't want to go over what they all are, but there's tokens at So Cool, which are very valuable, and free one-click marketing machine campaigns, extra campaigns, and an interesting, a very good safe list that you can get. Oh, and Terry's here. It's Terry's, not safe list, it's a contact list called Traffic Booster Mailer. And if you're an upgraded member, Terry is giving you a bonus, and you should join this list. It's really a very good list and very receptive. Okay, so that's the members area. So pardon me, I mentioned to you, if you came in late, that I have a little bit of the flu. So I'm just going to stop for a minute, take a drink of water, and then we're going to demonstrate the post message box. Okay, so let me click you all over to the other side. When you go here, you can post here once every 24 hours. So you can make a post to 105,000 people every 24 hours or daily. If you're not a So Cool member, you sign up to So Cool here, because you are going to need your So Cool login details in order to make a post. Now, you really can sort of forget about signing up to Yakimor. When you sign up to SoCool, you are automatically signed up to Yakima. So we should make that a little clearer, Phil, so people don't get confused. All you need to do to use the SoCool main submitters is to sign up to SoCool. Once you have a login, whatever your login details are, you only have to sign up once, and then when you go to post, you just hit login. So now I'm going to log into my SoCool account. And you'll get a success message that tells you that your login is correct. Here's what you see when you log in there. You get a post message box. It's a short message, so have it ready. You have 500 characters, and I have one that I just kind of typed up before, which basically announces that we're doing a live webinar. And it will, at the end of it, it'll count down for you. So you can see I didn't use all of the 500 characters. I am only using 224 characters. That's fine. So that's all you do. You pop in a short message, and then you go like this, post message. And it'll tell you it's successful, and then it will show you what message you just posted. Okay, now, it is an instantaneous post to all of the SoCool and Yakima members. So let's take a look. I'm going to now log in. Let me open a new window here. I'm going to log into my SoCool account. Got to pop you guys over to the other side. This is how you can test to see that your message is there. So I'm logging in. I'm going to the members area of SoCool. And where it appears is in the whole line of post messages on the post message box at SoCool. We're going to look at Yakima in a minute. This is where everybody goes at SoCool to post a message. So this is the best place for it to be seen. Now, you can see that this message just came from SoCool Submit. Because if it's just coming from our regular members, it's not going to have this little S submit here. This is the message that I just sent. And if you log into your SoCool account now, any of you, you're going to find my message on your SoCool account. Because it is on everybody's SoCool account. Do you want to tell me something? Oh, Phil brings up a good point. This little SoCool Submit, which is clickable, also has your SoCool Submit affiliate link in it. So let's say somebody's reading your message. I happen to do a message about SoCool Submit. Let's say you did a message about something else and you have another link in there and they say, oh, I'm not interested in that. But what's this S submit thing? If they click on that, you can see it says in the browser down here, it says SoCoolSubmit.com, SoCool. That's my submit affiliate link. So you can even get a sign up from your post from SoCool Submit. So that's a very nice feature of posting. Now, let's go over to, I'm going to have to click you over there, guys. Let's go over to Yakima. Okay, because remember, it doesn't just post on SoCool. It posts to all of the Yakima members, too. So I'm going to log into my Yak account, which sometimes takes, oh, no, it locked me right in. That was good. There we go. This is what I just sent from SoCool Submit, that we're doing a live demo on our latest submitter, yada yada. If you, well, you all are. If you're a member of SoCool, you are automatically a member of Yakima with the same login details. So you can log into any of your Yakima accounts, and you will see the message that I just posted from SoCool Submit. So this, guys, does not exist anywhere else on the net. Both SoCool and Yakimore are social media sites, but they are social media sites designed for business. So what we did is we built this 100,000 group of people for you, and it's really a business community. So that means that you are posting every single day to a very targeted audience. Unlike when you make a post on Facebook or Twitter, who you could be talking to, somebody's grandmother or their whatever, their gardener. When you are posting to So Cool and Yakimore, you are posting to a targeted audience of business people. Now, before I'm going to turn this over to Phil in a few minutes because I'm doing everything I can to make my voice strong right now. But when you post, you do not want to post, especially in the beginning. You have to remember that these 100,000 people don't know you from a bar of soap. So you don't want to be peppering them with ads. It's one thing when you're over at So Cool and you've developed a relationship with your list of trackers. Then you can start posting them ads to them because they know you, they know who you are. I would spend at least 6 or 7 posts from So Cool Submit telling people who you are, what your field of expertise is, why you're here, what you're doing, what you like. Ask them what they like. In other words, don't just go into So Cool Submit and start posting a bunch of ads because frankly, they're not going to be read. Now, I can do that, when I'm posting about So Cool Submit because most people who belong to Yakimore or So Cool know me. And either they hate me and they won't read my ads, or they like me and maybe they'll read my ads. But they don't know who you guys are yet. So be careful when you're posting on social media. Try to make your posts interesting and informative so that people look forward to them and they want to get more. Believe me, you will get much better results when you do that. Okay, so before I turn this over to Phil, do any of you have any questions specifically about the post message or the main So Cool submitter? Because now is the time while Phil's on the chat desk to ask him any questions. I think it's pretty straightforward. All you need to do is make sure you're a member of So Cool, and you don't even have to worry about Yakimore because if you're a member of So Cool, you are a member of Yakimore. And then all you do is go to post message. Sorry. And now, what you will see I just posted, and I can't post again for another 24 hours. You post once. So once you post, you're going to be restricted until tomorrow. But if I hadn't posted, you would see that login to So Cool. All you do is log in. It right away opens that posting box. It is so simple. This is the simplest submitter I have ever seen in my life. And of course, before I give this to Phil, I just want to tell you a little bit about Phil because this submitter is absolutely brilliant. I mean, it's just so easy to use. Anyone can use it. But Phil has actually been developing submitters for since 13 years ago. He actually developed the first submitter online, which was called ELP. And it was a safe list submitter. So you could, instead of just logging into a safe list, you could log in and submit to many safe lists all at once. Now they're all over the net, and most of them are passe and don't work very well. But he was the one who first developed it. And then he went on to develop things like FFA submitters and classified submitters. And he developed CoolPing, which some of you know, and One-Click Marketing Machine, which submits to 7 different submitters automatically. You just put your ad in there once, and that's it. You never have to go back in again. So that's a fascinating site. And remember, if you're an annual or lifetime member of So Cool Submit, you get 1 or 2 campaigns absolutely free. They all cost between $97 and $147 at one click. For one campaign, you get 2 of them as a lifetime member and 1 as an annual member. So that's worth its weight in gold. And then, of course, Phil developed So Cool, which in its own, because we submit to 86 social media sites and some targeted blogs, that itself is a submitter, as is Yakimore. So he knows an awful lot about submitters since he's really been working with them for a very long time. Now, since I'm running out of voice, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make Phil the presenter, and he's going to put his screen up, and then he's going to take you through the search engine submitter, classified, the directory, and talk to you a little bit about our memberships and what you get with different things and that kind of thing. So Phil, if you would remind me again how I do this to make you a presenter. I know first I have to find you, right? Hang on, gang. This is technical stuff that I don't know how to do. So Phil's going to make himself, oh, he found himself. Okay, good. Okay, so now Phil's, does it show your screen, Phil? Okay. All right, so hang on, gang, while we make this technical switch. All right, so now it's showing Phil's screen. And then I'll be the one answering questions. So you can type to me while Phil is talking. He's just setting me up here. Where do I type, Phil? Pardon me, gang. Yeah. Yeah. I have to click on the question? Oh, I see. Okay, I'm getting a lesson here, guys. Okay. All right, so Phil, you need to put on a, and I need to take
which was on.
What do I do?
Welcome to GoToWebinar, web events made easy.
Everybody hear me? Just type a yes into the little box down there so that Jane can make sure that you... Yes? Okay, good. Okay. Wonderful. Hi everybody, I'm Phil Baston. As Jane mentioned, I'm Jane's partner. And we're dealing with So Cool Submit. I'm going to take you into the members area so that we can just continue along the theme that Jane was doing. And so let me go over here so I can see which account. Let's go into my account here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this little box across to the other side. Okay, now you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so let's go into the members area, and we're going to be taking a look at the classified, the search submitter. Now the search submitter is a very, very easy submitter to use. You basically just have to pop in your URL. And let's use a URL that I haven't used before. To an email address that I want to receive the messages at. Right. And then I select whichever search engines. I can either select the search engines individually, right, but just the ones that I want to submit to, and or I can select all of them if I want to post to all of the engines. I usually do all of them just to save a bit of time. So I'm going to do that. Okay, now apparently I have already submitted this URL, or somebody has, so I can't do that one. So let me do another one. This is a feature that we've built into the Search Submitter. You know, I don't want people thinking that we're meanies, right? Or that we're stopping you from submitting your websites everywhere, because we're not. But the search engines have got specific rules that we've got to abide by. And if you submit more than once every 30 days, you run the risk of getting banned. Now that means that if you're using so-called submit, and theoretically if you use so-called submit, you don't need to use any other submitters. But if you went to another submitter service and they were to submit to X number of directories, X number of search engines, you run the risk of having the same URL posted at more than one time. And you have run the risk of the search engines banning that URL. So you want to avoid submitting the same URL on any submitter more than once in a 30-day period. You really don't want to do it any more than that. But most of you promote different programs, so you've got more than one URL, so it shouldn't bother you too much. But I just thought I'd give you that little warning because of the way the new parameters a lot of search engines are using. Okay, so let's submit this, and now we've got, it says submission success, and you'll see that it's now submitted to all of these search engines that we've built into the database. And it also says up the top here, success, your website has been submitted. Please do not submit the same URL again for 30 days or you could get banned by the search engines. So we've got warnings around the place so that you don't run into any trouble. We wanted to keep this as simple as we possibly could for everybody because we know that there are people that are not used to using submitters like these. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the directories, the classified submitter, sorry. And in this one, I've done a sneaky little thing, but the first thing you need to do is you need to set up a classified profile. This is information that will be used in all of the classified sites. It is for their private use only, for their database use only. It is not for public consumption. You won't, in other words, the general public won't see this information. But they require it in order for you to post ads at their websites. So you've got to fill in that information. I would keep, use your real name and everything because people want to know who they're dealing with. And now the next thing we go to is save ads. And you'll see that you've got to put in a subject line, you've got to put in a URL, you've got to put in an email address that you can be reached at. And that's important because some of these people will send you confirmation links and you need to click them in order for your classified ad to be added to the database. Then we've got a message area here. And it says down the bottom here, price. Now this is especially useful if you are selling a product or service. You want to include the price in it because when people go to classified sites, they expect to find out how much something is. I mean, this is standard throughout the newspaper industry. It's standard through the online classified industry. If you go to Craigslist, for example, they expect you to put a price in there of whatever your service or product is worth. If you're sending people to a capture page, which is on, perhaps on your own website or on a link that we'll show you in a minute, you can put 0 as the price because you're not asking anybody to pay anything to sign up. So you can do that as well. But let's use a site that an ad that I've already put in there. I'll just select that from the drop-down menu and see the ad automatically appears. And I'm doing one on One-Click Marketing Machine. So now I'm going to save that ad, and then I'm going to go over to submit it. And you'll see when you save the ad, you actually see what you've saved, so that if you've got any mistakes in it, you can go back and edit them. You just go back to Save Ads again and just edit that ad. So now I'm going to submit that ad. Whoops. It says I've already submitted a Classy ad recently. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do here. That didn't say that before when I set this up. So why is that doing it now? Yeah, okay. Jane's going to clear that for me so that I can submit a different one. This is a separate ad that I've submitted. Yeah. Just give us a second, folks. She's just clearing this now. Okay, let's try now. Yes, okay, submit ads. So now you can see that I've got a classified ad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the ad that I saved, which is that push button marketing, and then I'm going to go submit. It says your ad has been submitted. Now I've got to wait 14 days before I can submit that ad again. So now I'm going to go back. Oh, it's not going to let me see anything. I want to show people something. Can you clear me again? Okay, we're just going to clear that again because I want to show you the other two menu items that we've got. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, so now we're right. Now you're going to see here there's a button called Classified List. So we're just going to click on that, and it's going to show you the classified sites that we've got in there, just so that you know that these are real sites. There are going to be a lot more added to this shortly. We're just running through a big list at the moment to see what we can add to it. But we want to add quality, fairly quality sites in there. We don't want to just put junk stuff in there. And then you've got the submission results, which will show at the moment that submission that I just did, which is push button marketing on autopilot. It will show as success down the bottom here where it says queued at the moment. And it will show failed next to the ones that fail. Now, there's sometimes you will get a failure message from a classified site, and that's not due to what you've done on our end. That's on their end. It means that their server might have been too busy to accept the ad at that particular point in time, and sometimes you've got to go back and do it at a later point. But that's not on our end. Once we queue the things, that they automatically go out to these sites, and if the site can accept them, it will. If it can't, then it's a problem on their end that we can't do much about. So that's the classified submitter, and as you can see, that's a pretty comprehensive submitter. There's a number of steps that you do, but basically it's save your profile, save the ads, and then submit the ads. It doesn't get much cleaner or simpler than that. So now we're going to take a look at the directory submitter, and this is another unique little submitter. This has got PR1 and above sites in it, or they rank fairly low on Alexa. So again, what you would do is you would go in, you would save your ads, you'd put a site title, a site URL, a description. Now this one, on the directories, they ask you for keywords, and the object here is so that you can actually target your audience, so that when people search the directory sites with these specific keywords, they will more than likely find ads like yours or your ad itself. If that yours, maybe yours is one of 2 or 3, then they'll see those 3 ads and yours will be one of them. This is a very good way to look at this, because when people go to directory sites, they don't just click on A, B, C, D to see what's in the database, or they don't just go to the different categories to see what's in there. They often put in a search term to find what they're looking for, to see if there are any listings on that particular search term. So what you want to do is you want to work out the keywords, and there's an interesting little thing. If you go to the follow along link that I put up a little earlier. You can see it down in the chat window down the bottom. You will see a URL to the Google Keywords tool. Now this is a free tool that you can use, and what you want to do with that particular tool is you want to use it and look for phrases that are 3 to 4 words long. You want to look for phrases that have medium or low competition and where the global monthly search is over 50,000. Right? That means that a lot of people are using these exact terms to search for things on the web right at this point in time. So you want to actually use those kinds of keywords that people are using. It's not much putting in there, you know, my uncle loves my dog, if nobody is searching on it. I mean, nobody's going to find your ad. But if you use, and the keywords need to be specific to what you're advertising. Right? Don't try and fake the search engines or fake the directory sites. It's not going to work for you. You need to be very specific so that if your site is about weight loss, for example, then you would want to use keywords like weight loss for dummies or something that people are actually searching on, and there's a lot of searches going on the Google search tool for that particular phrase. That's going to get your listing recognized and seen a lot more easily. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take the same ad that we put in the classified submitter. I'm going to run it here, and you'll see that I've got it already locked in. So I don't have to save that again, although I'll do it again just to show you what happens. And you're going to see the directory ad saved up here. It's going to show you the ad that I've saved so that I can check it for spelling errors. Make sure that I've got everything that I want in there. Yep, looks pretty right to me. So now I'm going to continue, and I'm going to go over to submit ads. So now I go to submit ads, and again there are simple instructions up here that you can follow. Again, we've got restrictions on: do not submit to directories more than once a month, and usually only if they were not accepted the first time. Sometimes they've got a bit of a delay on them, depending on how busy each of the directories is. So, I mean, sometimes it can take 30 days, 60 days to get listed. It's just the nature of the beast that's out there at the moment. So now we're going to do push button marketing on autopilot. I'm going to submit that to the directories. It says it's been submitted. So now I cannot post another message to these directories for the next 24 hours. Now, when I come to submit the same URL, let's say that I forget, I've been very, very busy, and I've forgotten that I wanted to submit this URL, and I think to myself, did I submit that one or didn't I? If I try to submit that again, in fact, if Jane can clear my clock again for the directory submitter, I'll show you what happens. It will actually tell you, whoops, you've already submitted this ad recently. In other words, it's telling you you've got to wait 30 days before you can actually submit this particular URL again. And the reason is so you don't get banned. You don't want to be doing, these double postings. They call it spamming at the directories and the classified sites. You don't want to be caught doing that, because if you get your URLs blocked, it can play havoc with your traffic. So now we're going to go back to the directory submitter, and you'll see that the submission results, we'll just go there for a second. Okay, and you'll see that again, it's queued at all the directories. We've currently got on the directory list, if I go here, and again, you'll see success when it's successful, or failed when it's failed. When it's failed at it. Yeah, we've got. If you look at the directory site now, we've got 685 in there at the moment, and that's a pretty good sizable list. We're going to be adding more to that as we find them, but it's a process of elimination, because sometimes you'll get PR2 sites and above. Sometimes, it'll have a site will be not ranked by Google itself, but it'll have an Alexa ranking of under 100,000. If that's the case, then we will include that particular site as well. because either one of those two variables is a good variable to have. And basically what it means, a PR1, for those of you who are not sure what I'm talking about, the PR1 and above rankings, I mean, Google's rankings start from PR0 right up to PR9. And basically what it means is the higher the rank, the more traffic and the more respect that site has. So if a site's got a PR4, it's considered to have fairly high traffic. It's got a pretty good ranking by Google, which means that, you know, a lot of people are visiting the site, so they're interested in what the site has to offer. Your PR9 is exceptional. I mean, it's very rare that you get PR9 sites, except like government sites or EDU site, educational sites. But you know, you get those up around the PR8s and the PR9s, and they're highly prized if you can get links from those. But generally speaking, if you can get your ads on sites that are PR1 up to PR7, you're doing pretty well. I mean, you're getting to sites that a lot of people visit, and that's the important thing about the name of the game. I mean, I've seen sites out there where people will, you know, submit. You know, they'll say we submit to 500,000 sites, and that's, you know, sounds pretty good. I have to admit, it does sound like, you know, man, if I could get it on that many sites, you know, I'm going to make a fortune. Well, the problem is that most of those sites are PR0. They don't get a lot of traffic, so you're basically spinning your wheels and wasting your time. It's better to focus on a smaller group of sites where people are actually visiting them and doing things on them and they're looking around. Okay, so that's the four submitters. Jane did the first one for you. She did the main submitter, which is the so-called Yakima submitter, and then we've got the classified, the directory, and the search submitter. Now, the next thing that we wanted to talk to you about was the different membership levels. And I'm going to open this up for questions after we finish this particular presentation, just to clarify anything that you may still have hanging around in your mind that you want clarification on. I hope that I've explained most of the stuff and made it very simple for you. That will eliminate a lot of questions. Oh, yes, now, Jane just mentioned I missed a part because I flipped over my pages too quickly. I'm going to give you a couple of useful little tips here. Just hang on 1 second while I just clear my throat. Okay. These are strategies that are working right now. Now, you might think, you know, what do I need a strategy for on a submitter? A submitter just accepts my ad and just posts it on the site. Well, there is actually a way that you can increase your results. We've been doing a lot of research on this and a lot of testing lately. And if you're an affiliate marketer, and again, I want to draw your attention to the chat box at the bottom of that, you know, bar on the side of your screen at the moment, and look at the follow-along link, because there are two URLs that you're going to see in there. One is SoCool.com, and it's a long URL, which is easy one-click submission. And then there's a Cool Search URL, which has got SoCool Submit, making your posts count. Now, these are URLs that were created. One was created using a SockWall post at SoCool, and the other was using the article submitter, or the article thing called, what do we call that? CoolBuzz. At Cool Search, which is basically an article creator that you can write your own articles, or you can insert an article that you've had written for you, and it will give you a unique URL. Now, when you're posting stuff, I mean, one of the mistakes that a lot of marketers make is that they post affiliate links. It is much more effective either to post a link of a domain that maybe you own, or if you don't own a domain, to use a link like the SoCool.com easy one-click submission, because that links to an article, right? And you can use these because they are unique URLs. If you're using affiliate URLs, you tend to get, you know, just placed anywhere, whereas something with real content in it, which looks like it's come from an affiliate, an article type site, then you're going to get a much better result when you do that. That's one little tip for you. You can use these same links at places like CoolSpace, which again you'll see on the follow along link. And there's a blog in CoolSpace that Jane's just been using recently because she doesn't know anything about WordPress or anything like that. She has one WordPress blog, but it's really hard for her to use. So we created this CoolSpace one with a nice little blog thing in it, and now she's getting really friendly with that and having fun with it. It's a very simple little blog thing to use if you're, you don't have a lot of experience on the web. And then you can use these same URLs, these type of URLs, these article URLs at sites like Coolping, One Click Marketing Machine, SoCool, and Yakimore. And again, what you're doing is you're giving yourself a unique presence with a unique link. It's not an affiliate link. People when they see affiliate links online, they go, oh, this is just another affiliate product. I'm not going to bother about that. You don't want to do that to people. You don't want to turn anyone off if you can. People are very hard to come by. Customers are hard to come by. You want to do everything you can to attract them. So now, the next little thing is to use a unique link or your own domain name. And the other thing that I want to point out is if you're an affiliate marketer and you've got this and you've created, let's say you created an article on CoolSearch and you've now got your unique link. Make sure that when you're creating this article or you're giving it to somebody else to create for you, that it's unique content. Do not copy what the affiliate site or the network that you're promoting, don't copy the stuff they give you. Because if you do that, then you're doing what everybody else is doing, and you're not going to get a result, right? Because Google and the other search engines are going to see it as duplicate content. They're going to block it, and you're just not going to get anywhere with it. What you want to do is you want to give people your ideas, your take, your impression of what the site. Why did you join it? Let people know why you joined the site. There must have been something really, really good about it that you liked. Tell people about those sorts of things. People are hungry for this sort of stuff. They want to know, if they go to a website and they see an affiliate, and this is why, I'm just going to do a sidetrack here. This is why many of the top marketers that I talk to every day have their own domains, right, or their own way of presenting things, because they actually tell a story about what they liked about the product or service that they just joined and that they're now promoting. Right? They tell a story about it. And people are so hungry for this sort of stuff. When you go to a website or not, you want to know what others have said about it. I mean, if you go to Amazon, right, what's one of the first things you do? You go to see what the comments are. You go to see what what do they call them at Amazon? The reviews? Yeah, the reviews. They go to click on the reviews. I mean, whenever we're looking for something new, a product that we haven't bought before, we'll go to Amazon.com and we'll look at all of the reviews first to see what people are saying about it. This is a very, very effective way to market. So what you want to do with these sort of things when you're building these articles or whatever, tell people your take on the entire thing. Don't copy what everybody else is doing. So that's probably one of the best tips I can give you in terms of using these submitters, because what you're going to be doing when you do that is you're going to be making your content totally unique to you. Okay, so now when I've given you the Amazon tool. When you get the follow along link in that bottom chat box, there's a link that says use this free tool, and that'll take you straight to the Google search tool. Which will teach you how to, of which basically you punch in a phrase, and then you click submit, and it will tell you how many people were searching on that particular thing. It'll tell you whether the competition was high, whether it was medium, whether it was low. You want to look for the medium and the low. The high competition, you're not going to be able to compete with those sort of keywords because people are paying big money for them. But the medium and low competition you can compete in. So that's basically it for the tips. We're going to have a lot more tips coming up shortly, but this will be as we've tested stuff and we make sure that it's working. But these things we do know work. Actually, we've tested this over a long period of time. So now, the next area we're going to get into is the membership levels. And I'm just going to give you a quick rundown on these because some people have got confused as to what they get. We try to make it very, very clear on the site when you sign up, but you know there has been some confusion, so I want to clear it up right now. The Pro Monthly is the main submitter, which Jane was talking about earlier, which goes to over 105,000 users. And you get with that a bonus 500,000 credits or tokens at Sokal, and that's a value of $635, which is pretty good for $30. You'd have to admit that's a nice exchange. You then get, with the Pro Yearly as the main submitter plus the search submitter. So you get the search engine submitter with your yearly membership. And that bonus is 2 million tokens or credits at Sokal, and that's got a value of $2,500. Now you're going to probably say to yourself, you know, why on earth is, 2 million tokens worth $2,500? Well, it's what people pay for it. You know, people have actually paid money for these sorts of things. They pay money for tokens. And that's the, I mean, when you're talking about tokens, basically when you offer tokens to people to follow you, it helps build your so-called members list. Right? This is where you establish the relationships. So they're very, very valuable. Most people that we found on the web, especially new marketers or even marketers that have been around for a while, don't know how to build lists. They don't know how to get people to their websites. They don't know how to attract people into their circle, if you like. We've made it drop dead easy with Sokal because we've done it through a thing called Sokal or credits, where people can actually get bribed to join you. And once they join you, the secret is to get people to join you. Then you can convince them why they should stay by giving them lots of good information and good free resources to use. So that's the Pro Yearly membership, and then we've got the Pro Lifetime membership, which is by far the most popular membership based on what our members have bought so far. And we've got a number of paying members. We've got well over, how many we've got? We've got 150 lifetime members already, and this is we were limiting that too. 250 is it. 150 of those are already gone. And for the lifetime members, you get a bonus of 5 million credits of Sokal, which is a value of $6,350, and 2 free campaigns at one click, which is a value of $294. So that's, I mean, these are valuable memberships, and basically what we've done here with this whole thing with Sokal Submit is to make your marketing life so much easier than it would be normally. Can you imagine what it would be like if you had to go around to all of these different high-quality sites and place a single ad on each one individually? It's going to take you forever. I mean, you'd be lucky to have time to eat. Well, we've made it simple for you. It's just one click, bang, you're done. And then it even tells you when you can submit that same URL again. We've tried to make all of our stuff as simple as possible to use, and we create videos, which are training videos like we're creating right now, so that people don't have any trouble when they come into Sokal Submit. They can see exactly what to do. So now we're going to get onto the webinar bonus. If you have joined Sokal Submit already, and you joined as a free member just to look around, and you missed the one-time offer, you can get it on the follow-along link, which Jane has just put up again. We're going to, just let me open this up so that you can see it. And this is what it looks like, so that you can see make your submissions count at the top. And now we're going to go down, and you're going to see this webinar bonus at the bottom. And as I said, this is by far the most popular option among our upgraded members. We've sold more of these than any of the other memberships. But we've also added something since the first one-time offer that we did. Some of the members wanted to ask us if we could split the payments into 2 payments. over a 2-month period. So we've done that, and we've given you 2 links there for those of you who can afford to pay the $4.97 and you want to take advantage of that $4.97. It's $5.97 in the members area, by the way. So you're better off taking the link, clicking on the link here and getting it at $4.97 and saving yourself $100. But basically what you want to do is you want to upgrade using this special link, which we do not release to the general public. This is only for people that are on this call at the moment, and special members that we send it to. This will give you access to all of the submitters, the classified submitter, the search engine submitter, the directory submitter, and of course the SoCal submitter. And the new one that's coming. Oh yes, you're going to get access to that as well. Yeah, you want to look forward to that one. But only lifetime members get that. So if you haven't signed up as a lifetime member and you want to do so, you can do that right now on that link. If you look at the link in the chat box at the bottom of that little screen that you've got on the left-hand side or the right-hand side of your computer, Jane's put the link there again. Just click on that, go to one of these links, pay the $4.97 or pay it in 2 installments. You'll be upgraded within the next 24 hours because it's a manual upgrade if you joined as a free member, and you'll be ready to post as soon as the upgrade occurs. So here's what we did tonight. We discussed the 4 submitters and how to use them effectively. We showed you how each of the submitters worked. We shared some of the strategies that are working right now, and we'll be sharing a lot more of those in the coming months. And we talked about the various membership levels and different commissions that you can earn, and we told you about the special bonus that we have for you. So if there are any questions, please pop them in the little chat box that Jane has got. Or hang on, you can actually swing it over to me again. What did I do with it? I lost it. I don't have it. Where is it? No, hang on. I'll just get Jane's up again. Oops. Just hang on 1 second.
Hi guys, it's Jane again. I know if any of you had questions and I didn't see them or answer them, I really apologize, but I'm a disaster with this technology stuff. Okay, somebody's asking if we have a PDF manual that mirrors everything you covered. No, we don't, but we do. We are recording this, and so we will put that in the members area in a couple of days, just as soon as Phil converts it. So this will definitely be in there. And by the way, guys, Phil and I are very easy to contact. If you have any questions at all, just shoot them through support. We always answer questions within 24 hours maximum. You will have an answer on anything that you ask us. But I'm going to request that if you do contact us through the support desk, please use a Gmail address so that you make sure that you get our answer, because a lot of people say, oh, you never answered me. Yes, we did. But if you're sending us a Yahoo or a Comcast or God only knows what, use a Gmail address. It is really important in business now that you use a Gmail address. It is. You may think that you can get through to a lot of other addresses, but with Gmail we get through 99.9% of the time. So that's really important when you contact us. Shelby, hang on, I just saw a note here that William told me that his dog, Shelby, who I love, is saying hi to Cuddles. Thank you Phil. Cuddles says hi back to Shelby. Those of you who don't know me know that I am a nutcase for animals, and I have this lovely Pomeranian named Cuddles who does a lot of promotions on the net, by the way. And Bill has this great dog, Shelby, who's Cuddles' friends. So now you know our whole life history here. Keith, don't worry about that. I'll work that out with you. Who else has a question? Anyone else have a question? You can just type it in the chat box and Phil will answer it, and I will read it out loud if anyone else has a question. If you guys have one more minute, because we're still a little before 6, I can't tell you how important it is, if you are promoting an affiliate link, to go into SoCool and use the Sockwall posting box, or go into CoolBuzz at CoolSearch and use the CoolBuzz tool to generate a unique link. I don't care if you're posting through SoCool Submit or through One-Click Marketing, or if you're posting directly on Yakima or SoCool. Whenever you can, if what you are promoting is an affiliate link, you really want to change that to a unique link. You will get so much more exposure on the net that way. And yes, at SoCool, you do have to be an upgraded member, bronze or higher, to use Sockwall. Believe me, that is really worth it. At CoolSearch, you can fund your account with as little as $10, and you can use the CoolBuzz tool, but this is something you've got to get in the habit of doing. You've got to start generating unique links. Now, if you have your own blog or your own site, Phil, you are so great. I love your messages. If you have your own blog or your own domain, then it's not necessary to generate unique links. But definitely you want to be generating it if you are promoting any affiliate site. And by the way, that posting service that I mentioned to you, which is in the members area of SoCool Submit, one of the wonderful things you get out of it, because we use all of our lists to post to it, SoCool, and all of our Facebook and fan pages and everything, but at the end of it, you also get a unique Sockwall link, which you can then use all over the net. So for those of you who are not quite sure what I'm talking about here with CoolBuzz and Sockwall, go look at the posting done for you. Even if you try it for 1 month, you will get a link that will be really valuable out of it, because we send you this link and we send you screenshots of your posts and all of that good stuff. But you will have a link for your site that's completely unique from anybody else's link that you can then use all over the net. So I know we tried to cover a lot of stuff tonight, and we can't do it all in 1 hour. We do lots of webinars on SoCool and CoolSearch and CoolBuzz and all that. But I hope this gave you an overview of what SoCool Submit does. I use it every day. Somebody wrote to me, I forget, one of our very old clients, and he said, well, how come I need SoCool Submit if I'm already a SoCool member? And it was a very good question. And I have a lot of followers at SoCool, right? Like 14,000, something like that. Or maybe more, but something like 14 or 15,000. Most people have a couple of hundred, 1,000, 4, 5, 6,000. There is no way to reach all of the members at SoCool except by using SoCool Submit. So you guys will see every day from me through SoCool Submit, pardon me, a submission that I make, because that's the only way I can reach 105,000 members of SoCool. This is a very powerful submitter. Phil really outdid himself. So I hope that's cleared up now, that even if you have the SoCool account, it really has nothing to do. They're two completely different sites. And of course, SoCool grows like a weed. It's a very popular site. Oh, my flu is kicking in. So I'm going to end this now, but this will be in the members area, so if you missed any of it, it will be in there in the next day or two. And we will see you on the next webinar. So I'm going to end this now, and thank you all for coming. See ya.